hello! I'm Lord Jimsicle, and you're watching You Have Issues, a programme all about comics. Well, Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice will be released in a few days, and I must say, I'm in equal parts excited and nervous about seeing it. Throughout the lead up to this film, many people have been saying, oh my goodness, this is the first time these two titans have shared a screen together. In a live action sense, this is of course true, but in an animation sense, this isn't really the case. So, without further ado, let me take you back to the late 90s when the two characters actually crossed paths for the first time in animation, in the superb Batman-Superman movie, World's Finest. Despite this being advertised and packaged as a movie, this is in fact 3 episodes from the second season of the excellent Superman the Animated Series. Many of you are no doubt familiar with the DC Animated Universe by Bruce Timm, so I don't think I need to cover much of it. Although, if you do want me to do an episode on it, please leave a comment. What I will say is that this movie encapsulates everything that is excellent about the DC Animated Universe, most of all the performance from Mark Hamill's Joker, which is of course no less brilliant. The plot is that Batman follows the Joker to Metropolis, who makes a deal with Lex Luthor.
Pay me $1 billion and I'll kill Superman.
Superman, of course, isn't pleased with Batman running around, not to mention Lois having a fling with Bruce Wayne, so shit gets a little bit real, and much mayhem and adventure ensues. Yeah, sorry that's a bit short, but I had to keep it concise and spoiler-free. What I do love about this movie is the many examples of the idiot ball trope being thrown around. A prime example is when Lex Luthor got hold of it. One of the smartest people in the DC universe, and he blindly just agrees to hand over $1 billion to the Joker, with little to no knowledge about him, because this plan has a possible outcome of Superman's death, and because he has a large chunk of kryptonite. Joker doesn't care much for money, so in this regard there is little to no upside for him trying to kill Superman for money, but applying logic to the Joker makes as much sense as rebooting the Ghostbusters franchise. Yeah, see, look, I can be topical as well, you know. Batman is of course superb in this movie, but that's no surprise to anyone who has watched Batman the Animated Series. The dynamic between the two heroes is based off the post-Crisis portrayal of them. Since Crisis on Infinite Earths, and more accurately, Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, it has become standard to have the two at odds with each other, and treating any team-up as an enemy mine, but gradually becoming good friends and valued team members. This movie shows their dynamic in a way that is a bit more intense than post-Crisis continuity, but thankfully nowhere near as brutal as the two of them in The Dark Knight Returns. Though, truth be told, the best way to describe their dynamic is that it's just an absolute snarkfest with more ego being involved than anything else. Not to mention that their battle in this is more like a scuffle in a pub on a Friday night. Speaking of battles, the movie works in a hilarious back and forth grudge match between Harley Quinn and Mercy Graves. Like the rest of the movie, and the entire animated universe, it's paced spectacularly well. I would definitely recommend you watch this movie if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching this episode of You Have Issues. I'm Lord Jimsicle, and be sure to tune in next week where I'll be reviewing Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice.